Namaste. Welcome back to Kismatkarma. My name is Dr. Aarti, and as I promised you, I'm bringing you now the symptoms of demonic possession. Now, these symptoms will not apply to every single one of you. However, it's quite common in some of the cases that I've seen in the past where these symptoms have been quite a common feature amongst quite a few of my clients. Now, one thing that I would like to advise all of you is make sure that if there are any health issues at all, make sure you speak to the right medical experts so that they can help you and guide you the right way. Definitely speak to your counselor, your psychotherapist, or your psychiatrist first if there are any issues whatsoever. But unfortunately, sometimes when medical science cannot find us the answers that we need to make things better, then sometimes some people do turn to a spiritual path as well. Now, one thing I would like to say to you, as per spirituality, as per the work that I do as well, with my paranormal investigations or paranormal energies and entities that we tend to deal with, I have noticed these symptoms to be very common in a lot of the cases. That's the only reason I'm sharing this with you. By no means do I want you to create fear mongering. I don't want to make you afraid or make you scared or in any way whatsoever. It's up to you what you choose to believe. I'm not enforcing my beliefs on you guys at all. It's up to you what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's my duty to let you know my findings and things that I have seen over the years, the things I have witnessed over the years. So therefore, I'm sharing certain information with you right now. Hopefully, it can help a lot of you. God forbid, if you feel that maybe you yourself or a family member or a loved one is suffering with dark energy or entities, then definitely get in touch with me. Speak to me off air. Let me do your psychic reading for you, and then hopefully we can take things forward from there. Remember, you can book the psychic reading online as well via our website, which is www.kismatkarma.com. Give my team a call on 0203 605678. And for those of you that are out of London, then it's 0044, which is the code for UK. And then you'll be able to get in touch with me. Otherwise, what you can do is drop an email on info@kismatkarma.com, and then I'll be sent the email, and then hopefully we'll take things forward from there. Okay, so some of the symptoms for demonic possession are that sometimes the victim can have inappropriate laughter, inappropriate crying, so the emotions can be very extreme. Either they feel very happy, very excited, or they feel really sad, really down as well. That could be one of the symptoms. Another things that victims experience is changes in their voice. Their voice just tends to change. It becomes very heavy, very strong, or it can become very light as well. In some cases, I've even seen where victims have changed their habits so much, their mannerisms so much, where sometimes they completely speak a different language, where they've never spoken that language before in their life, they've never heard it in their life, and all of a sudden they're speaking this new language. So that can happen as well. Another thing that can happen is that person can become very thirsty. So even at night time, will keep waking up, keep drinking loads of water, always feeling thirsty. And in some extremes, if that demonic possession is, say for example, even when we say demons or demonic possession, it's like an umbrella term for many different entities that are close to the same category. One of those entities would be a jinn, for example. Now, with most cases where a person has been possessed or harmed by a jinn, then they tend to either eat so much more food excessively, like constantly be feeling hungry, constantly being eating, and that hunger, it just never goes. Even their thirst, it never goes. Or keep eating, keep drinking, but their hunger, the thirst does not die. One thing that you may notice is that person tends to eat a lot of non-veg. They want to eat flesh, they want to eat meat, they want to see the blood. So any sort of meat that they do eat, they wouldn't even mind actually eating it raw. And so that can become quite negative as well. So that's why a lot of spiritual workers do tend to say to people, if they are suffering with dark energy or black magic or negativity, that avoid having non-veg, avoid having alcohol, because obviously you don't want more dead energy in your body to attract more dead energy. So like attracts like, you don't want to attract that sort of an energy or energy around you. Another one of the symptoms may be where the victim either stays very clean and they keep smelling their body, keep smelling themselves, just to check that are they clean, because they can't stand certain smells. or the victim may all of a sudden start becoming very filthy. They may not cut their nails, they may not wash their hair, they may not want to have a bath, they may not want to shower, and they may even urinate in their clothes, or unfortunately they may make their clothes go bad, not just by urinating, but just about making soil their clothes as well. Unfortunately, this is one of the darker symptoms of the demonic possession, the negative energy, where sometimes people just lose control. And this is only when things become very strong or very negative. They'll become so dirty that they wouldn't want to wash their hands. They wouldn't want to they wouldn't want to comb their hair. They wouldn't want to shave. They wouldn't want to bathe or brush. None of those things are meaningful to them. But that's an extreme case, remember. Also, that person may start experiencing blackouts, they may start having visions, may start seeing things which are not there, may start hearing voices, and they may start talking to themselves. So to another person it may seem as if, why is that person speaking to themselves, or why are they talking to themselves, where in fact in the victim's mind they are talking to another energy, another entity that is before them. In a lot of the cases that I've seen in the past, what tends to happen is that it starts off with the victim thinking that they're communicating with something or someone positive, where in fact it is actually a negative being. So be very, very careful which energies you communicate with. You're not those certain energies are not meant to be in our dimension, are not meant to be in our realm, and it's not normal for certain communications to happen. So if a family member or a loved one has passed away, and you really wishing and wanting to kind of meet them and communicate with them, and an entity or energy comes in front of you in their form, it may not be them. So please be very, very careful who you communicate with, and be very careful what you wish for, and the sort of things that you meddle in as well is very important. Don't meddle with dark energy, don't meddle with dark entities. It's just not worth it. In my experience, it just causes a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, and it's not good. Some other symptoms of entity attachment or demonic possession could be where the person starts becoming very rude, their behavior starts becoming they'll become very ill-mannered, they'll be very disrespectful towards others, and they'll even be disrespectful for any symbols or signs which are meant to be religious or spiritual. So they'll mock them, or they'll laugh at them, or they'll become disrespectful of them. So in those cases you need to be very careful. Another symptom may be where they may have a lot of stomach aches, a lot of stomach pains, or sudden sharp pains in certain parts of the body just randomly appear, or randomly have those pains. Another symptom could be where that person is either constantly vomiting or they have diarrhea. That could be another symptom as well. But there are many, many symptoms. I wish I had enough time to go through each and every one of them, but I suppose the videos are just not long enough, and there's not enough time in the world for me to explain every single one. It is unique to each and every individual which sort of symptoms they suffer with. But God forbid, if you are going through any of these, even slightly, best to speak to the consultant, the expert of that field as soon as possible, so that you can get the right help as soon as possible. If need be, if there's anything medical related, then definitely speak to your GP first. And if you feel that it's maybe something spiritual, maybe something paranormal, then definitely do get in touch with us, and I'll do my absolute best to help you in every way I can. If you feel as if there's some sort of a paranormal energy or entity in your home and is affecting your home area, then contact our paranormal team straight away, which is paranormal@kismatkarma.com, or you can contact my team and they will arrange a psychic reading for yourself. I'll do your psychic reading myself. Once I've done your psychic reading, then we can find out exactly what's going on for you. And once we know exactly what's going on, or exactly what the problem is, then we can start figuring out the solutions, and then hopefully help you that way. This has probably been one of the longer videos of the videos that I've made for you. If there is anything at all that I can help you with, please do not hesitate to contact me. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm making these videos, because I want to help you. And if I can help you in any way possible, I'll do my absolute best. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it locked on Kismatkarma, and hopefully I'll speak to you very soon. God bless you.